It's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And this is CarEdge Live with your questions today. And, well, hopefully we've got answers. And your hosts are, well, me, Ray, and that damn good-looking kid, Zach. How are you today, handsome?
Doing great, Pops. Need to let everyone know CarEdge.com now has refinancing. All right. Just went live literally 5 minutes ago, so maybe a few bugs in there, but we're going to work through the quirks. If you go to CarEdge.com/refinancing, it'll take you right there. The Fed decision yesterday, we talked about it on the show yesterday. Obviously, reducing the federal fund rate, we anticipate a strong reason to refinance your auto loan over the coming months here. So take a peek at CarEdge.com/refinancing to learn more. And then, Dad, today's show, as we said, is going to be answering car questions. Many people sent them in to me via email. You can also ask them here in the chat. And we're going to spend the entire show, probably go for an hour if I had to guess. I'm going to need to snag more water at some point, Dad. But we're going to go for an hour, and we're going to answer your car buying and car deal questions. Dad, I sent over to you some of the various emails we got over the past 24, 48 hours. Is there anyone in particular you want to start with, or should we just dive right in?
Let's start with, we're probably going to go for an hour. Thanks for sharing. I mean, goodness gracious, just between you and me and the few people that might be listening, I've got another show to do at 2:00 today with my dear friend Brandon from Car Questions Answered, because we're starting our own channel called Car Sense, CENTS, and we're actually doing a show today at 2. And, well, the reason we're doing it at 2 is because I told him I wanted to cook myself a breakfast burrito before the show and not have to rush. Now I'm going to have to rush.
45-minute show, folks. We might not be going for a whole hour, but 45 minutes. Check out CarSense, CarCents. Pops and Brandon starting their own channel together. Let's see if they keep me in the loop from time to time. All right, Dad, let's kick things off here. I have gotten a ton of emails, folks. Really appreciate it. All right, you send me an email, Zach, Z-A-C-H, at CarEdge.com every Friday. We're going to be doing car buying advice and deal reviews. Let's jump right in, Dad. The first one I've got here from Michael.
Yes.
It's about the Nissan Frontier deals. The cheapest option has been sitting on the lot much longer. Do you think these are decent prices? Unfortunately, they're dependent on me using their financing. My credit score is outstanding, 810 to 820. Feel free to use these on your channel, but please redact any personal or dealership ID information. Well, Mike, you didn't send me any more information than that email, so I got not much to work with.
Do I think they're decent prices? I have no idea.
Let's look at Nissan Frontiers real quick.
But what I was going to say is I have questions about a dealership that would force you to use their own financing or the finance company of their choice. What are they getting back from that? But if it brings the price down enough and then you can refinance quickly or do whatever it is you need to do in order to mitigate any upcharges on their financing, it very well might make sense.
I did just go to the car search, Dad. I typed in Nissan Frontiers. The new 25s are awfully expensive. Holy cow. But here's a 24. This is in Silver Spring, Maryland, but there's a 220-day supply. We think the fair price for this vehicle would be about $2,200 off of MSRP. You can see the invoice price there is $33,968. 142 of these for sale in our neck of the woods in Silver Spring, Maryland, but only 29 have sold in the last 45 days. So I don't know. This is indicating to me there's probably deals to be had on the Nissan Frontier. But to your point, when the dealer says you have to finance through them, is that a red flag or is that a yellow flag, Dad?
It's certainly a flag of some kind. It's a flag of warning. Let me just say this. Most dealerships advertise the price of a car, give you a price of the car eventually, and they don't care how you pay for it. They don't care if you're paying cash. They don't care if you're financing it through your own bank or your own credit union or you're financing it through them. They just want to get paid. So for a dealer to say to you, but you must finance through us, that to me, that's a huge red flag.
There you go. We've got the car deal master himself letting you know. Red flag. All right, let's go to the next one, Dad. This one's from Francisco here. Let me come over. All righty, here we go. Hi, Zach, longtime listener, but first-time email writer. I'll write to ask 2 questions for your Q&A session. Again, if you want your questions answered, just email me, Zach, at CarEdge.com, or ask them here in the chat today. But before asking my questions for your QA session, I would like to share that I really enjoy hearing your no-nonsense and actionable advice on buying a car in your podcast. I also really enjoy seeing the banter and love between you and your dad. It is for show. No, it's not for show. We love each other. First, I am currently considering ordering a new BMW. Why won't this thing let me scroll? Whatever. New BMW M3 from the factory because I've been unable to find one with the specifications I would like. I just want a base model with no additional options, but there is nothing like that, whether used or new, on the market, as I've been looking for months. So with the new car market looking much better than the used car market for buyers, I am thinking of buying new. I have never ordered a new car and have had trouble finding a lot of useful advice online. What are some tips you have for ordering a BMW from the factory and navigating waitlist allocations, financing, etc.? Let's start there, Dad. Ordering a new vehicle from a BMW dealer. What the heck do you need to know when you go to factory order a vehicle?
Well, what you need to do is go to type into the Google machine factory order car / CarEdge, and lo and behold, there will be a guide to tell you how to do it that, well, we here at CarEdge wrote. I think it might actually have my name associated with it. I'm not 100% certain, but we delved into this. We've broken it down. It is like buying a car on the lot. You negotiate the price of the vehicle as if it were there. So you're going to order the car. A lot of dealers are going to say, oh, okay, order the car. You have to pay MSRP. No, you don't. Okay. You negotiate the agreed upon selling price of the vehicle when you order it, when you give them the deposit. You have the general manager of the dealership sign off on that agreed upon selling price so that there's no issues when it comes in. And I can tell you from having read some of these email questions today that later on in the show, there will be an example of a customer who had agreed to a price with the dealership on an incoming car. When the car came in, they tried to raise the price by $4,500. Then they tried to raise it by $2,500 when he wouldn't pay the $4,500. And when he flashed him his certified check for the full amount that they had agreed to, they, I don't know, somehow miraculously accepted the deal. So negotiate a new car order as if it were there. Negotiate the agreed upon selling price. Have all the fees broken down so you know exactly what they're asking you to pay for. You sign, they sign, and you leave a deposit.
All right, let's keep going. There was another question here. Second, this is again from Francisco. My wife and I are considering buying this car together, such as through a joint auto loan or co-signing. We make the same amount of money, work at stable W-2 jobs, and have similarly excellent credit scores. Specifically, I have a credit score of slightly over 800, and my wife has a score just a few points below 800. In the time of high interest rates, I'm looking to do as much as I can to get a low interest rate, but given the relatively minor difference in our scores, do you think buying together will give us meaningfully better interest rate than buying the car on my own? What do you think?
The only way that would matter is if either one of you or the other has a substantial auto credit in the past. But let's assume that you both have an equal amount of auto credit with credit scores approaching 800 or slightly over 800. You don't need to co-sign for each other, assuming that you make enough on your own. Bringing in a co-signer isn't going to do anything to improve the rates.
There you go, Francisco. Hope that helps. Let's come back over here, Pops. You can see lots of emails. Let's come over here. This is from Jennifer. She says, I could scroll down. There we go. Hi, Zach. Huge fan of you and your dad. Hoping you can use this for tomorrow's show. Is this a good deal on a 2024 Lexus RX 350 hybrid? We'll also be getting an additional $1,000 military discount. The car just arrived at the dealership and I'm starting to get cold feet. Here's the VIN. Does not pull on your website. All right, let's see if we can get this to pull on the website today. Maybe wasn't listed for sale the other day, and it is now. Drum roll, please. VIN not found. So let's do a quick Google search. All right. Autos today. This doesn't look like a legit website.
No.
Oh, Lexus of Chandler. Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe this vehicle's at Lexus of Chandler?
No,
Maybe
not maybe. That's where it is, because I looked at the I looked at the PDFs she sent us.
All right, so let me pull up the PDF. Give me one quick second.
There's some personal info on there that maybe shouldn't be. So
I'm scrolling below that. Bear with me. Boom. Here we go. All right. So here is what we're looking at, Dad. This is what Jennifer received from the dealership. What do you see here for this Lexus?
What I see is that the only thing that the dealership added was the XPEL window tint. Is it worth $569? Can't say. Did it cost the dealer anywhere near $569? Absolutely not. So you might be able to negotiate some further discounting off of the window tint. The fact that they got about 4.5% off as a discount on the vehicle, plus there is going to be another $1,000 rebate from the because they qualify for the active duty or retired military discount from Lexus. So all in all, it appears to me that at about 4.5% off plus the extra 1,000 from Toyota, it looks like a pretty reasonable deal. I don't even think they charged an overly excessive dock fee for Arizona, so looks pretty legit to me.
As I was looking at this, Dad, I went over to the CarEdge car search and I found other Lexus RX 350s for sale. Obviously, we couldn't find that specific one, but I went and looked at some of these. The days supply is not particularly high. So I think getting that discount, like you said, is a good, that's good because the days supply of this vehicle is pretty low. It's one of those vehicles that's, I hate to say it, but a bit of a hot commodity. And so it's harder to be able to get, a decent amount off.
Yes.
We've got another one, Dad, here from Sean. Bear with me for one moment and I'll pull this up. Sean says, Zach, I'm actively looking for a Chevy Tahoe for my wife. Trim isn't a major concern, but we do like the Z71. I live in New Hampshire, which is a tax-free state, and I would like to keep my search in the state. I joined CarEdge a few weeks back and started really listening to your content on YouTube. I have the ability to purchase cash if needed and not in any huge rush, but would like something for ski season if the price is right. Dealers up here are not really budging on price, even with days on market creeping up. I went to a Jeep dealership after looking into every Wagoneer they had listed on their website, which was roughly 20. They had all been listed for 40 plus days with several over 100. The sales rep, prior to mentioning I had looked at days on market, said that they were really moving a lot of them and they were hard to keep on the lot. That is fantastic. Let me know what you think of the deal below that I tried to run down during Labor Day. Keep pumping out the content and working hard. On a personal note, I can't wait to hear your dad rant about salespeople. Given my feedback. Did you have a chance to look at this one, Dad?
I did. I didn't see the attachment on mine, so I couldn't read it.
All right, let's take a peek. And I'm going to grab the VIN here. Bear with me, and I'll see if I can find this over on the CarEdge website. So this is for the Tahoe.
Yes.
Let's see. What are we working with here? How do we break this down?
Well, we're working with a $2,250 discount on a $72,700 vehicle. It would appear to me that the discount should be a little more than that, I would think. There's probably about 10% margin built into that vehicle, if I were to guess.
All right, well, we don't have to guess. We don't have to guess. Wait a second.
Well, you have.
I ran the VIN back over on CarEdge.com. So MSRP $72,690. Invoice is $68,714. So actually not as low as I thought it'd be. Our target discount based on our algorithm is only $1,600, and that's partly, Dad, because the day's supply right now is actually 74. It's not that high. But these higher content SUVs are starting to slow down in sales.
But what we're forgetting is that on GM products, there's 3% holdback. So of the MSRP, so 3% of 70,000, that's $2,100 right there. There's floor plan assistance and there's marketing assistance. So with all that being said, personally, I believe you should be able to get more off than that. Can you pull up the quote again, just so I can see what other fees? Now, I know in New Hampshire, there's no sales tax. The dock fee looks very reasonable at $499. Not that $500 just for saying hi is reasonable, but that's what it is. I would suspect that there's more that can be gotten off on it. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong, but I would try for right now. You're at what, 2%?
10% would be $7,000 off. So yeah, you're like 3%.
3%. So I would try and get at least 5% off. See if they would be amenable to that.
That'd be about $3,500 off, is what you're saying to shoot for here.
Yes, considering that they're between invoice to MSRP and hold back and all, there's probably close to 10% in the vehicle.
Now, as you're saying that, Dad, I want to make everyone aware, one of the things we're working on behind the scenes is crowdsourced car deal data collection. All right. I can share some screens here in just a moment, but essentially we want to make our fair price algorithm even smarter. And we trust the CarEdge community are out there getting good car deals. We're going to create an open source project pretty soon in the next couple of weeks here, where you will be able to submit your car deals that you actually got. And then that data will be used to power the algorithm that tells people what target discounts they should shoot for. And we'll actually show what other community members have purchased similar vehicles for. So stay tuned for that. That is coming soon. We think that's going to be really powerful to help more people get better prices. On to the next one. And before we do,
yes,
here to the super chats. Thank you, Chloe Apo. Refinance only. Can I get pre-approved soft inquiry? We do not have a finance partner right now just for auto loan origination back at CarEdge.com. But again, CarEdge.com/refi did go live today. So if you need to refinance an auto loan or you're thinking about that in the coming weeks and months, we can help you out with that. And we will work towards, Chloe Apo, getting a loan origination partner as well. So stay tuned for that.
Nicely done.
From Rich Diana. Thank you, Rich. We appreciate it. Rich, if my car, or Ray, excuse me, if my car is powered by hydrogen, what will that do to the nitrogen in my tires? I was looking for a flying car, as you know.
I just say I love Rich. It is the nonsense that he puts into every question for every donation is like we should be paying him instead of him paying us. But I do like it better this way. And I really don't know how hydrogen and nitrogen play together, but I do know that you're going to have a hard time finding a hydrogen station to fill up that vehicle. So good luck to you, my friend.
We've got from Brandon Ballard. Thank you, Brandon. Do y'all have any opinions on the official Tesla used car site and buying from them? Furthermore, any opinions on a Tesla Model 3 for someone who does not drive daily? I know nothing about the direct from Tesla used car sales. So Pops, I'll let you comment on that. I will say the Tesla Model 3 is the used vehicle that is depreciated the most, lost the most value year over year. That could be a huge turnoff to some people. They might think, okay, it's going to lose even more value this next year, so why would I buy it? Or it could be a huge opportunity if you're looking for a bargain vehicle. So, not going to be a daily driver and it's an option. I think it's one you should strongly consider. But what do you think, Dad?
I have absolutely no idea as to the Tesla used car site. I've never looked at it. I've never used it. My guess is that you won't be able to get quite as much savings if you're buying it off of the Tesla used car site as you might get if you were to buy it from some other type of dealership, new or used. A dealership that probably traded one at a very low price because they know what's going on in the EV world as far as how much EVs depreciate the first year or two because of either state or federal incentives that are associated with those purchases. So I would think if you could find a dealer that traded one, that traded it on the cheap, you should be able to buy it on the cheap, and that might be a better value than buying it directly from Tesla. And like any pre-owned car, get a pre-purchase inspection done and get a report done on the battery health of that vehicle.
Which, to be clear, a lot of pre-purchase inspections that are done on used vehicles, used electric vehicles, include that. And then we have here, before we move back to the car buying advice and car buying help, from Matthew. Thank you. We appreciate it. DM Beamer post username Fug. What do you have?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Fugly M3. Oh, this is your username over on Beamer post. Okay, got it. And I'll tell you everything you need to know about ordering a new M car. M3 stick shift will be MSRP, still APR low 5s to 60 for 60 months. Okay, thank you. That's very kind, Matthew. Either the CarEdge community forum or in this case, Beamer post. Head over there and you'll get some help when it comes to advice on BMWs. Dad, we've got from a gentleman named Ray.
Yes.
Hi, Zach, for your show. Went shopping on the last day of June for this car, which I thought was on the lot, was told it was in transit. After negotiating for about 2 hours, ended up with the deal we agreed on, see attached. When the car came in almost 4 weeks later and went to pick it up, we were told that they couldn't make the deal happen because the manager who signed off was, one, new, two, the computer was down because of the national hack attack. So the numbers were manually done and they weren't right. And three, a boatload of other reasons that would put them out of business if they gave us the car at that price. They would need at least $4,500 more. To make a long story short, we got up and started walking out, which made them ask for only $2,500 more. We got up again and I showed them the cashier's check for the agreed upon price, which they then accepted, and we drove home in our new car. Before we even look at the paperwork here, holy cow.
And if I may, you know, I get a lot of comments from a lot of people in the auto industry that say, why do you bash dealers so much? This is a perfect example as to why. The dealership agreed to a price on the vehicle knowing that it was incoming. They felt compelled, and they felt as if they had a right to say to the customer when the vehicle came in, oh, that was a mistake. The manager was new. We'd be going out of business. It's all BS. If you agree to something as a dealer, live up to what you agreed to. You would expect the same from the customer. If the customer agreed to something and then he came in a day later to pick up the car and he goes, I'm not taking it unless you take another $500 off, you're going to look at the customer and say, doesn't your word mean anything? Didn't you sign this? Doesn't your signature mean anything? Well, if you would expect that from the customer, why should they expect the same from you? So I don't mean to always bash car dealers, but when they do crap like this, they deserve to have their asses handed to them. And I don't know if on the paperwork it shows the dealership, but if I remember correctly, it was a dealership somewhere in Maryland. And it is just so wrong on so many levels for dealerships to try and pull that kind of crap. Okay, I'm done now.
It really, really is. If you like my dad's rants, you're probably going to like his new channel, CarSense, CarCents weekly show with Brandon from Car Questions Answered. I don't know if I'm getting pushed out, gents, but it is what it is. CarSense, check it out. I just subscribed while you were ranting right there. Just search YouTube for CarSense.
You are not getting pushed out. You're just getting pushed to the side.
Pushed to the side. We love it. All right, let's come to our next one here, Pops. This one is a deal that was submitted to us. We've got a Nissan Sentra being purchased and a trade-in of a 2022 Chevy Silverado. Let's break down what we're seeing here. The vehicle that we're purchasing is a brand new Nissan Sentra, 2024 Nissan Sentra. The vehicle we're trading in is a 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 with 14,410 miles on it. Let's break this deal down. So the market value selling price for that Nissan Sentra, it must be a nice Sentra, at $29,290 with a $3,525 discount, a $2,000 rebate. Then you've got the accessories added on of nearly $2,000, the total purchase price, the trade allowance, the trade difference. Help us understand what we're looking at here, Dad. How do we know what all this stuff means?
Well, the first thing I would do is I would want to ask, what's the $1,977 worth of accessories? What are they? Are they already on the car? Do I have to take them? Do I have to take them at the retail price? How about we agree that I take them at your internal price, whatever the new car department paid for? The other thing that I noticed, okay, that struck me was the trade-in allowance. Trade-in allowance was $32,000. I think the first thing I would do is I would go to our website or other websites and
no, go to our website.
Go to our website. Go to CarEdge.com, damn it, because we're here to support us. Go to CarEdge.com, hit the sell tab, and then plug in your VIN number and answer the questions. I mean, we're talking about a pickup truck that only has 14,000 miles on it. Sounds to me, just at first glance, that they are perhaps undervaluing your trade to a great degree. So I would want to do that so that I could make sure that they're giving me the right amount of money for my trade. You know, when a dealership gives up $3,500 in front end profit, oftentimes they try and make it back on the trade by undervaluing the trade. So that's what you need to look at, and you need to find out exactly what those accessories are for nearly $2,000.
Love it. Those are the things to put your eyes on. We've got here from Core Guy. Then we've got two more, folks, two more that we're going to go through for today's show. Core Guy, thank you so much. Dealerships made cash hand over fist in the pandemic years. Doc fees went from $300 to $800. Don't play the games. Ask for everything. Discounts, rebates, fees waived, add-ons removed, foot pictures, everything. Nice.
We do have the best audience ever. We really,
best community, man. It's the best community. Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
All right, Dad, we've got here from Jeff. Hey, Zach, I have a lease ending in November on my 2021 Ram 1500. The residual value is 21 grand. I like the truck. So the question is, should I buy it in November or sell it? Car Guru says it could sell for around 29,000, only has 45,000 miles, and I've kept up on maintenance. What do you think, Dad?
I would suggest Jeff do the same thing that we just asked the previous customer to do. Go to caredge.com/sell, plug in all the information about your truck, and find out what local dealers in your area would pay for it. That'll give you a better idea a real idea as to whether or not it makes sense for you to buy it. If it turns out that you're getting offers of $25,000, $26,000, $27,000 for your truck, well, then if you can buy it for 21, you are buying it significantly below what the market value is. And there are not very many times in life where you get to buy something significantly below its real value. So it very well might make sense for you to buy it, but I would get some firm offers for the vehicle to see exactly what it might be worth so you can make a more insightful decision.
I love the way you think. And folks, if you like this type of help, we can do so much more. If you go to caredge.com, under buy a car, this is our car buying service and our car leasing service. We do this professionally for people day in and day out. And some of the data that we use and we've referenced here on today's show is available back on our car search or under the research tab right here or with our car buying toolkit. That being said, Dad, let's jump here and let's help Ellie out real quick. Hey, Zach, from today's show, please find the attached OTD price provided by the dealer for the 2024 Volkswagen Tiguan SEL for tomorrow's discussion. I definitely would not fall for the all-season package, even though the dealership insists it comes on all of their vehicles. Let me look up a Tiguan real quickly, Dad, over on the car search so we can get a sense for what the invoice price on this vehicle would be. And while I'm doing that, let me know what you see on this breakdown.
Well, the first thing I see is I don't see a dealer discount. I see a rebate. Well, rebates typically come from the manufacturer, so that would be a Volkswagen rebate. Where's the dealer contribution? Where's the dealer discount in addition to that rebate? And the all-season protection package, what is that other than I'm guessing it's probably rubber all-weather mats and a trunk tray or something along those lines, a rubberized trunk mat. Listen, I don't know if that stuff's in the car. Perhaps they can already take it out of the car, or instead of charging the $995 for it, and I highly recommend the all-weather floor mats. I really do. I have them in my vehicle. And the reason I do is because it really does protect the carpets in the car. But if that $995 package is already on the car, my guess, this is just, maybe they got $300 tied up in that $995. I don't begrudge them making a profit, but they don't need to make that kind of profit. So let's work on getting some type of dealer discount in addition to the rebate, and perhaps some type of discount on that all-season protection package that you did not ask for.
Coming to the CarEdge car search, found a comparable vehicle. Invoice price is about $2,700 below MSRP. Our target discount is looking like it's about 7-ish%. I see Igor in the chat suggesting that you should be shooting for somewhere around 10%. So some good information here. Maybe between the dealer discount and the rebate, you're looking at that 10% off. And again, dealer MSRP or dealer invoice price right there for you back on the CarEdge car search.
Only if you're an Insights member.
Only if you're an Insights member. All right, we'll keep it to 30 minutes, Pops, because I know you've got to make a breakfast burrito. But my big ask is, if you enjoyed today's show, where we
Yes.
did not go talk about news, we did not have a crazy hyperbolic clickbait title and headline, please do me a tremendous favor. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe. Please like the video. If we get more, it's the freaking game of YouTube, y'all. If we get more engagement and people demonstrate and say, hey, we really like this, it makes it a no-brainer for us to do it more often, because quite frankly, this was way more fun than talking about the Fed every day. Speaking of which, the Fed did lower interest rates. So let us know. Please provide us with some feedback. We do it pretty frequently. When we get negative feedback or constructive feedback, we acknowledge it. I'm asking for positive feedback today. If you have it, it just helps reinforce how important doing shows like these are. And Dad, thank you. It was really fun to run through. This felt like the good old days.
Yeah, it was fun, and I can't wait. I can't wait to check the comments later, and all the people that are going to go, clickbait, nothing but a clickbait title. The title of today's show was Live Car Buying Advice and Deal Reviews. Okay, there wasn't anything clickbait about that. I know there are haters out there. I am so thankful that you check out our clickbait thumbnails every day to remind us that we're nothing but clickbait. Bless your hearts. And please, whatever you do, click on that damn video, watch it, watch every damn ad that pops up, and then write a scathing comment about we're nothing but clickbait. We're just after the money. We have saved so many people so much money over the nearly 5 years we've been doing this. If folks, if you think you can do it better, do it yourself. Start.
Hey, and there are great people out there. There are great people out there doing good things. So anyway,
Yeah.
all right. I don't want to go too far down that path. Thank you for doing the show today. We got to figure out this damn freezing camera thing. It's driving me nuts. We get these new laptops, we get all fancy,
Yeah.
everything freezes. So I got to figure that out this weekend. Anyway, if we can help you, let us know. CarEdge.com. Also, we've got one of our concierges who said he would be thrilled to create video content about him negotiating deals. So stay tuned. We should have some of that in the not too distant future. And everyone, enjoy your upcoming weekend. It is beautiful weather here in Washington, D.C. So I can't wait to get outside. I love you so much, Dad. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you later on.
I love you too. And just so you know, I am flooded in on the island, cannot get on or off. So I am here for the duration of the day, and to enjoy my breakfast burrito and my conversation with Brandon at CarSense.